Hello and welcome back to Getting Comfortable with Meal Garden for Nutrition Professionals, Episode 5, Working with Clients. I am still Jeff. I'm still your onboarding specialist and a co-founder at Meal Garden, and I know this might be a little confusing. I initially thought there was 4 episodes in this series, but there's actually 5, which includes clients. So I'll waste any time and get right into it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about setting up for success. So getting your client portal set up and what that looks like, what the CRM is, creating inviting clients, the recommendations board, how you use it, what it does, and then some information, tips and tricks on client onboarding. We should talk. There's a couple things I want to touch on before we dive into the software, and these are questions that come up often with Meal Garden. So number one, Meal Garden's practitioner focused. Our goal is to make it easier for you to help your clients achieve their goals through nutrition. So we don't market to consumers. We don't offer consumer programs or plans. We are primarily focused on helping you. Okay, so it really is up to you how your clients access Meal Garden and what they have access to. So you have lots of filters from fields to recipe types to tags to conditions that you can set up on a broad scale for your Meal Garden at large, as well as on an individual level for each of your clients in a one-on-one environment. It's also up to you how they access Meal Garden in the sense of whether it's paid or whether it's free. And you can change that anywhere along the line. So for example, if you have a one-on-one client and you're coming to the end of your program, it makes a ton of sense for you to offer them ongoing access to Meal Garden for a fee, right? Or if you're running a program and somebody's in a paid program, and they move to one-on-one, maybe you want to change them to a free while they're on one-on-one. It really is 100% up to you. Now, you can deactivate a client, but you cannot delete a client. When you deactivate a client, they no longer have access to any of the information in Meal Garden except for content that they've created themselves or that they've copied. So realistically, if you remove access to a client, Meal Garden isn't going to be that useful for them unless they go and enter a whole bunch of recipes. So the reason we don't delete, healthcare reasons, regulatory reasons, privacy reasons, and really continuity reasons. It's a very powerful tool and it's very useful to have this information available. So we encourage you to keep working with clients after one-on-one and to figure out a way to run memberships. And we actually have a lot of information to help you with that. Okay. So I think that should encompass that, but really again, Meal Garden is practitioner focused. Okay. So let's go over and jump into Meal Garden here. And we're just going to right away create a client. So we're going to go like this, we're going to create client. You can invite now or invite later. So if you wanted to create the record and maybe get some setup done before you invite them, you can go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and invite now. Hit create. When you hit invite now, you'll immediately brought into the client record and this will pop up. So this customize invite. Okay, so these are tokens, professional name, and client name. So we'll draw information from the database. So whatever you've listed as your professional name, whatever you've inserted as a client name will show up here. You can change all this copy, but you cannot change this button. This is the button that they click on for it to activate their Meal Garden. Okay, so you can change it if you want. We're just going to hit send. And that's great. Okay, when you look over here, this is the content that you can store and create related to your client. So we'll quickly look at it. Details, very straightforward. Everything in Meal Garden is HIPAA compliant. It's very secure. But we don't really store a ton of data that would be HIPAA related, right? So we just have very simple information there. Online filters. Now you can set up default filters for personalizations in your account settings. So if I right click here and open this up in tabs, I'll see that I have all this kind of default information, okay, that you can set up. Everything's set up by default by Meal Garden to not show anything. But if you want to turn off default settings, for one-on-one or individual clients, you can go ahead and click here and you have a little bit more thing you can do. So you can set up dietary filters, you can hide fields if you're dealing with food sensitivities or you're dealing with eating disorders where people don't need to see the nutritional information. You can decide how much information to share with them. Pretty straightforward. You have documents here. So documents are very much like, think of it as kind of charting a little bit. So you can type in notes, you can upload a file, you can enter measurements, you can also create dietary goals. Now there's another video about clients that will go deep dive into all this stuff. This is just to get you comfortable, right? And you have this concept of weekly schedules. So once they start doing schedules, you'll see what they're eating. Lots of analytics available here. It's really useful. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over recommendations. So in recommendations, you can add content, right? And we're going to go ahead and do that. And you can also change the content order, and you have a chat option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit add content. I'm going to add a couple resources. So these are my go-to resources. Okay, I'm going to add those. I'm actually going to change the content order. Move articles up here, meal plans up here, save. And the other thing I'm going to do, just so you get a feel for how this works, I'm going to go over to meal plans. Sort by recent. I'm going to use this one, getting started for got free. Click here, go share, go clients. I share this with Brittany. Select. I don't want to notify. Okay, done. I'm going to go back. I'm going to click on Brittany. I'm going to type a little note. Here, insert a video. Okay, so we've got a video, we've got some resources, and we've got a meal plan. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you a quick trick. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to click impersonate. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go. So now, right now, I am Brittany. I'm logged in. If you want, you can go and set up her account settings, set up a family, lots of things you can do in here. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to get this scheduled for her. So I'm going to click here. Go ahead and schedule it. I'm going to start Monday this week. Go. Okay, so we're all set up. We're going to exit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to incognito and we're going to log in as Brittany. Okay, so here's the invite. I'll click accept. I'm going to put in a password. Okay. And there we go. Now when I go to schedule, see the schedule. Now when I click on shop, you're going to watch, and here we pop up again. So all these walkthroughs, as well as over here, there's tutorials, right? So it's really, really straightforward, very easy to do. And that's in a nutshell how you work with clients. Then you have some filters up here. You can see some data, very straightforward, very easy to use. Impersonate is a very powerful feature, and very often practitioners will use impersonate to actually cooperatively work with their clients, okay? So that's at a high level how this looks and works. So we flip back over here, just do a recap. So number one, you control access to your meal garden. You can provide free, you can make it paid, all kinds of things you can do with that. You can easily view clients and their activity from within the CRM, the client contact icon and screen. Recommendations are used to engage and guide, right? So you have resources, which can be a video or an article. You have meal plans, you have collections, all this content that you can share and your clients can leverage to achieve their goals. You can impersonate clients to cooperate and teach them. So you can actually do that on the phone or in person with them, or you can impersonate to get them set up. It's very easy. And last but not least, there's lots of resources to help your clients get comfortable. We've got lots of walkthroughs, videos, articles, all kinds of things to make it really, really easy for them to get started, okay? So what's next? So this is the real end of this series. The next series is Making Meals Easy. So that's a more lengthy series about actually using the software to create content. And it goes through all the different contents available, from foods all the way to programs. And then the other series is attracting, engaging, and helping your patients and clients, right? So how do you use Meal Garden to really build your business and succeed right from the top of your funnel, from finding people to work with, right down to the bottom, from helping people really succeed and achieve, okay? As always, you've got this. I'm Jeff. A healthier life is a better life, and I believe that you're the key to making that happen, and I'm a key to helping you get that accomplished and doing a good job with it. So if you like this video, share it with a friend. If you didn't like it, please let me know, and I'll do my best to make it better. We'll see you in Meal Garden. Take care.